Right. I make a time to hunt us some goddamn motherfucking Feebas. Well, we managed to go, what? 8 seconds without swearing? Go me. Okay, let's get everything all nice and tidy. I thought I'd done this beforehand, but there's always something I forget because I'm a bit special. Right, let's dip our rod in the water. Well, it's the line, not the rod itself, but you know. Oh, start off with a Magikarp because that's how we do. We let the spiderest of goats know we are alive, pal. Well, let's get a heck out of it on that one. Well, as you can see, we got our little question of the day. It's simple. Which one are you getting? Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl? We're drinking something a little bit different just for the moment. What are we on? We are on WKD Cocktails Tropical Sunrise. My sister wanted it for her birthday. She wanted to try both of those new flavours. I think she liked the one. Or maybe she only wanted this one. I can't remember. Anyway, she wanted it for her birthday about 2 months ago. And then it was like, she forgot about it. I reminded her. She's put it in the fridge. She's tried it. She don't like it. I was like, well, I'll give it a good home. Yeah, it's not amazing. Starts off well, but I think it's the passion fruit that hits at the end, and it's like, it's not horrid or anything. It's just less than ideal. I mean, if you like passion fruit, it's probably great. But I'll drink it because, you know, apparently I drink nearly everything, and I've just mushed those buttons something fierce. I mean, I drink, like I said, I drink nearly anything. So much so that, you know, when you're on the stag bus and you offer your cans of Tesco own brand cider and nobody wants to partake in one, it's like, oh, is it that bad? I don't think it's that bad. It's not amazing, but it's serviceable. Especially for the price you'd pay for like 4 cans. But yeah, the stag bus don't drink it, and I drink Carling, so, you know. I mean, I'm not saying I won't drink Carling, but it's never, ever my go-to. Although one way to make it taste better is to have somebody just offer you a free can, and you're like, sure, surprise free can of Carling. I'm not going to refuse. Now, I should, well, preface this by saying that you should always, you know, drink responsibly and within your limits. And if you do have any problems with alcohol, please seek help. You can do it online. I know there's AA, things like that, whatever's the equivalent in your country, so go do that. And now that I've got all that out of the way, and hopefully you are sensible, there's been very few times where my friends have been like, ooh, I've never seen you struggle. But we're good a few years ago playing a game where there was a card game, and the short version is if something happened you had to put a little bit of your drink into the centre pint glass, and you know, people are drinking different things. There's a bit of cider, a bit of lager, there's a bottle of vodka here and there. So of course my luck with card games is atrocious, so I lose. So it's up to me. It's like, okay, we've got to down it, you know, and I've downed all manner of stupid shit. But again, please drink responsibly. Don't drink like an idiot like I am. And yeah, my friends have seen me many nights, you know, the age-old, what they call the pint of shit. There's no actual shit in there as far as I'm aware. But this one, ooh, the vodka was too strong the vodka. We kept it down, but there was a bit of whoop on the go, so my friend said to me, I've seen you drink so much stuff, it's about the only time I've ever seen you really go to puke. I'm like, yeah, it's the vodka. So yeah, pretty much vodka and gin are the two things I don't really like to drink, especially if I can taste both. But I think I did try a pink gin and lemonade and that was okay. So maybe it's just gin. We know the pint of shits we used to do for birthdays must have been bad because legally the staff behind the bar couldn't serve it as we wanted it because it's just everybody chips in around the table, whoever's there, for whoever's birthday it is. So, you know, usually about 2 guys go to the bar. And then they ask the bar staff, it's like, right, I'll have this shot, that shot, that shot, that, this and that. So, you know, it all gets mixed up. So you think, oh, okay, it's just a few different shots. But yeah, you're getting things like Bailey's in there. You kind of going for something that makes it a bit gross. You know, you can only fit so many shots in there. So you top it off with, I don't know, maybe a Guinness. I think one time it was topped off with orange juice. With the Bailey's. It curdled. Luckily, it wasn't my pint of shit to drink. The birthday boy, he managed one swig and he was like, nope. So I had a friend who's there, you know, he steps up, he gives it large, like, out the way. You know, everybody, you know, around us who's there, you know, we're watching him, he's giving it absolute massive. It's like, I got this. And you know what he does? Gets it. He gets himself, brings the glass up, takes one little bit. You just see the mouth go, he is in the bushes spewing. Absolutely spewing. He's giving it large and he's like, nope. I couldn't even get it down his damn throat. He was spewing. To be fair, there were little bits floating in where everything's curdled, so it did look a bit grim. But the stupid thing is, I drank it. I think I just looked and I was like, ooh, bits in it. And that was that. Goodbye it went. That's it, but that was very much in my youth. We're all a bit more reckless in our youth. I'll tell you what, we have smashed out some Magikarps on this. Bloody hell, 12 in what? Not even 8 minutes. They are coming thick and fast. Although that doesn't translate into any Feebas, so that's less than ideal. I believe the spiderest of goats has joined us. I could be wrong, but I hear noises that make me think he has. And he hath. Hello, Spider Goat 44. At least the good thing about this camera angle is you can't see half of the tea that I got down me. It's on the lower half of my t-shirt, so hooray. I think, maybe, possibly. I have asked my friend Jason if he would fancy some Pro Evo later on about 10:30ish. He's going to let me know because he is currently not in the house, so we'll see how that goes. I have caught up with all the wrestling from Thursday onwards. Now, in terms of Crown Jewel, I can't say I necessarily support the whole thing going on with WWE's deal with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, but leaving politics and everything aside and just judging it as a wrestling pay-per-view, the pay-per-view itself, what I did watch, I enjoyed most of it. It was actually good quality wrestling, a lot better than what you usually expect from one of the Saudi shows, considering it's usually very house showy. But I think this time they treated it like an actual pay-per-view. I'm still want to go on record and say fuck Goldberg, because I just don't care for Goldberg. It's just like the amount of times you read back, you know, backstage and hyping himself up, he's cut himself open and giving himself like a minor concussion, and just, yeah, it just seems fucking stupid. It's like, I get hyping yourself up a bit, but goddamn, and just seriously fuck Goldberg. I mean, the match itself wasn't bad, I'll be fair, you know, credit where it's due, but I just don't care for Goldberg. Maybe it's the part where I never watched WCW as a kid and saw the streak, but overrated. And of course he won. I mean, I got revenge from my kid who entered the ring and Lashley just did what pretty much anybody would do and defended himself when he's getting attacked from behind. What else? There was Hell in a Cell match. That was actually pretty good. Enjoyed that. Goodbye, controller. Man Service Ali. That was a solid match. I did fall asleep last night, not because the match was bad, but because I had drank too much. It was the women's match for the SmackDown title, so it was Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks. What I did watch, real good match. What other matches were there? I think there was RK Bros versus Omos and Styles. That was okay. Nothing to really write home about, but nothing to complain about. I'm trying to think what other matches there were. Obviously more, but it does say a bit about how memorable it was. But there was Brock and Roman. That ended with a fair bit of a schmoz, so bleh. But no, Brock had his working boots on, so I'm happy about that. I like a motivated Lesnar. I don't like suplex, finisher, spam. Just, finisher spam Lesnar doesn't do anything for me anymore. There was SmackDown. It took a while to get to an actual wrestling match, which Drew McIntyre rightly pointed out. SmackDown was okay. I suppose it's the whole settling in after the draft, but then I'll come back to why I think the timing of the draft is dumb. There was the bit with Becky Lynch and Charlotte, which was weird. The title handoff is like, I think there was actual legitimate heat between them. Charlotte just being a pain in the arse, basically, from what I've heard. But yeah, to start the show, Roman opening it, Brock coming down. It was pretty much, you know, the same old, bit of a same old. Brock beats everybody up, but it worked well. He beat Roman up a lot. He beat the Usos up, and you know, he took out I think one or two of the SmackDown roster, but he didn't go overboard with them, which is obviously probably a good thing in this case, because they're trying to make him sort of more face-ish, I guess. And it was nice to see Cesaro in a suit just talk him down, apparently. I just really like the idea of that. Although I'll tell you what I would really like is... They'll never do it, but for argument's sake, Cesaro used a language other than English. Maybe just spoke to him in Swiss or whatever other free language he spoke, and Brock happened to understand it. And he came up with a master plan. It's like, I used to be a Heyman guy too, and he threw me away for you. I mean, he didn't have enough time to say all this, but, you know, a guy can hope. And then there was Rampage. Pac versus Andrade. That was some good shit. Yeah, highly recommend checking that one out. Ooh, we like that. What else was there? There was Powerhouse Hobbs versus Orange Cassidy. That was good. And Anna Jay versus Britt Baker, DMD. That looks to be setting something up as well, unsurprisingly. Probably leading to Britt and Tay Conti. And that was pretty much the wrestling for the week, I think. You got Dynamite tonight. I should have a few of the matches for the men's eliminator tournament. I want to say we got Dustin Rhodes versus Bryan Danielson. So that'll be interesting. It should be pretty good though, to be fair. I mean, Dustin's been putting in some good matches. And Bryan Danielson is Bryan Danielson, so goddamn. But I'm also not sure what else is on for Dynamite tonight. I don't think they got any of the Women's TBS Championship matches on there, or have they? They might have. I just know it's really weird because there's 12 competitors in it, but 4 of them have got buys to next round based on their ranking. Everybody's picking Ruby Riott, it seems. Well, I say everybody, just a little tiny bit of rumblings I've heard. Everybody's that I have heard from seems to be picking Ruby. I think I'd like to see Chris Statlander take it, but maybe that's just because I really like Chris Statlander. I mean, could you say maybe she's quote-unquote above it? But I don't think anybody in that's really above it, and if you want to establish it, I mean, you've got... You know, you give it to a big name, and Chris Statlander's not far come off fighting Britt Baker for the title. She was unsuccessful, yes, but there are some big names in there. Got Nyla Rose, got the bye, Thunder Rosa. Who else got the bye? I cannot remember. No, I can't remember offhand, so... Oh, it's a shiny Magikarp! Okay, you actually got a shiny on screen, bloody hell! It's about time! Oh, wow, you have to set up something for this, right, Yes. We have a shiny on screen. Well, I did that. Right, anyway, that completely threw me. Right, let's see what we got in the bag. I'll tell you what, let's have a look at what balls we got. Let's throw a luxury ball at it and see what happens. No, it's busted out, right. Time for the big guns. Let's get Orange out here to false swipe it. Oh no. Press the right button. False swipe. Just... I think it's... flopping has slowed down the less HP it's got. Can't say I've ever noticed that. Oh, not got many luxury balls, have we? Guess we don't have the luxury of having many luxury balls. Hey! Alright, we got a shiny Magikarp. First shiny on the stream. Yes. What shall we call this Magikarp? I believe this to be a very accurate name. Right, let's go check out that Feebas. Sorry, not Feebas, bloody hell, Feebas on the brain, mate. Feebas on the brain. So look, it is very good, decent, very good, very good, decent, pretty good. Let's check out the summary. Hardy nature, it likes to relax. No ribbons. But it'd be nice if it had some sort of marking, but we can't have it all now, can we? Right. Let's make sure we save this damn game. Alright, bear with me while I add us a little counter for what we've been hunting. Tell you what, I'm going to take this on a quick little break while I faff about with it. Okay, we are back and we've added a lovely little counter. Sorry it took so long. But I have mostly set it up for when we get other shinies. Right, so anywho, let's go back to this bit. So it also means we've got to add that to our encounter list. So it took 1,626 encounters to get a shiny Magikarp. Let's hope it doesn't take that bloody long to get Feebas. Right, let me kill that off, get to where I need to go, and boom, we're back on it, back on it. Let me just check my messages. Everything's still good. So, you know what? There's you, shiny Magikarp, aka not Feebas. Now let's see if we can get a shiny Tutor. No. Thing is, I don't think I bother setting up the counters for shiny Magikarp and sorry, for shiny Tutor and Feebas yet. Maybe no, maybe I will. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Might do it off stream. Maybe I need to set up like one of those things that just shows you the recent ones I've got. We'll think about that. We'll have a think after the stream's ended. But yeah, at least we finally got a bloody shiny on stream. I mean, it completely derailed my train of thought, but if anything is going to derail it, I'll happily take that. Oh, the other question is, when we get a shiny Feebas, because we will. God damn, I would hope we will. What ball shall we catch it in? I have to go dig in what boars are available in Sword and Shield. I think after this WKD we're going to go back on the wine. Although I have been brought another Christmas Porter which has dark fruit, sweet plum and chocolate. I'm maybe not, you know, much of a porter guy, but I did enjoy that one. You know, if I fancy a porter, it's usually one and done, and then let's move on to something else. Well, I guess porter slash stout, whatever you want to call it. I think because it's porter I can deal with the chocolatey flavours. Not much of a stout guy. I'm sure at some point I'll clip the shiny Magikarp. I think it was always to be expected that, you know, shiny Magikarp was going to be the first one. Because obviously we've got so many damn so many Magikarp. I know we already got so many shiny Magikarp from the event a few months back, well, last year. Oh, excuse me. Feel better for it though. Right, Tutor, seeing as Magikarp's been shiny, I'd like you to do that too. Oh, now I remember what I was going to discuss. After going through SmackDown, the whole part where they have the draft, it's been extra dumb this year, I feel. So they had the draft in October, but it didn't take effect until the SmackDown just gone, so everybody stayed on the same shows up to and including Crown Jewel. So then the draft then took place, and now in November, then they're going to have Survivor Series. And, quote, a one time of the year where Raw and SmackDown get to go head to head. End quote. Is about the only viable reaction. Just, I don't even. Seriously. It's like, how can you expect brand loyalty when you've just had a draft? I mean, there's the argument that can be made that, oh, this brand has drafted me, so they must think highly of me. Let's go fight for that brand. But even then, it's dumb. It's dumb to me. And why did he give a crap about the brand? It's like, unless you suddenly be like, oh, this brand's giving me a lot of opportunities, I want to fight for this brand. I mean, I get if, like, say, some Roman Reigns, Universal Champion. He's like, yeah, I'm representing this brand as the Universal Champ, and I believe I'm the best, you know, world best champ there is in the whole of WWE. So there you go, you know, he wants to do that. It's just kind of dumb when everybody's just changed brands, like, in the past month or two. It usually just seems to be even sooner. You know, less space between it. It's like, oh yeah, doing it at the end of October, yeah. When we're doing Survivor Series, in about 3 weeks. But totally fight for us, please. And of course, you have champion versus champion, which doesn't necessarily do anybody any favours. Ideally, I think I'd like to see, especially with Brock Lesnar suspended, they could do a whole thing with, like, Roman, as, you know, the Universal Champ, do us a favour, put together a Survivor Series team. Okay. So, of course, it'd be Roman and Usos, that's 3 of them. So, depending if you want to go 4-man or 5-man, he's then got to find 1 or 2 more people. Okay, that's cool. And then you can have the same thing happening on Raw. It'll be Big E. And depending on what Roman wants to do, you could potentially be like, oh, they could even tease it and then not go through with it. Be like, well, I'm going to get Kofi Kingston and King Xavier on my team because Big E won't want to fight his New Day cohorts. I mean, you can tease it and then he'd probably just beat him up, but yeah. So let's maybe not do that. But I think that wouldn't be the worst route to go down. Because then you can have your, you know, the champ from either brand that ends up getting pinned or submitted, or you can do the whole, like they'd like to do, the whole double count out. Oh no. You can go that route. So it gives you a nice out without having one of your main champs be defeated by the other. And it also means that Usos tag champs at the moment, aren't they? Also means that, you know, they won't have to worry about defending their belts against RK Bro. I think they're the current tag champs. That says a lot, doesn't it? But I think there's enough on there that you can make some decent Survivor Series teams. I think Sami Zayn mentioned that he's apparently the longest serving member on the SmackDown roster, sort of, I guess, for being continuously on it. Oh god, let me defuckerize this. So by that I think he means he's not been drafted in any other drafts since he got drafted to SmackDown. So he's, you know, one of the longest serving members of Team SmackDown. So they could be like, oh, let's get Sami Zayn on Team SmackDown, let's have him head it. There's a guy who's been on this brand for the longest time, since he was drafted. And of course that can lead to plenty of shenanigans, him trying to recruit people. And of course have him ask Owens. And Owens will just be like, nah mate, nah. And of course then Sami can be like, it's a big conspiracy. Play into that, yeah. That is something I would like to see happen. Have him head up Team SmackDown. Have it all be a big conspiracy. I think that could be rather amusing. Who would we have on Team SmackDown headed by Sami? I could see Finn Balor on it, that'll give him something to do. Thing is, I can't really remember who's on what roster. At least I think Finn Balor may be still on SmackDown. No, I honestly don't know at this point. I don't really care. Oh, just end up being something like Corbin, Nakamura. Maybe they remember Cesaro exists. And I don't know, check Jeff Hardy on. Oh, I do it. If it wasn't for the fact that obviously Lesnar's suspended, I like the idea of Sammy trying to recruit Lesnar, be like, look, you grew a beard just like me. And of course, Lesnar can be like, I don't give a shit about SmackDown. Well, that's that one seen off. Ooh, we got a wee bit left. Oh, let's have a look a minute. Let's swap our, I guess, beaker over for the wine glass. And pop the little bit of this wine in. Ooh, we do have 2 bottles of rosé downstairs. I quite fancy a nice rosé or 2. Do save my empty bottles because my mother has a friend that makes homemade wine. And I'm like, well, and she needs bottles to put her homemade wine in. So my mother asked, and in return for empty bottles, I usually get a full bottle back. And that's fine by me. Because homemade wine's usually pretty damn good. I think I don't really need to necessarily have a recent shinies on this sort of stream where we're hunting the same stuff over and over. Because it's more a case of, oh look, I've now encountered, let's say, 7 shiny Magikarp, 3 shiny Tutor, and our Feebas encounters is just 100. I think that represents what's been happening a bit better than that's maybe the recent. Because otherwise we can be like, look, 10 most recent of that. But even if you're like, well, the 5 most recent of that, but how many shinies have you encountered in that quest to the 100 Feebas? I'll tell you what we're going to do when we're at the halfway point for the Magikarp on the stream. We're going to go take a leak, and then we're going to go down and get ourselves a bottle of wine, so we're all prepared. So depending on how often nature calls throughout the stream. That may well be the last break we take this stream, I hope. I can but hope. Yeah, sometimes we press wrong buttons. I'm sure you've all seen before me press the wrong buttons. Right, that is 50 magic cards, so we are halfway there. Let's run away from that, and I will be back, hopefully, real damn soon. Right, I am back. I have urinated, and I have wine, and the wine is unrelated to the urination, mercifully so. Oh, didn't even realise I hit the button to stick my line in. Right, let's crack on. Oh, wow, too slow? My ass was it too slow? Right. Let's try and get back on this bloody horse and get some more bloody Magikarp. Oh, it's a funny looking Magikarp and an even funnier looking Feebas. Right, that's that, I'm done. Oh dear. Another yawny boy today, aren't we? Well, I did get off my ass and tidy my room this morning. Threw out the rubbish, did the hoovering, I did the landing and the stairs as well. And then we had some pallets to sort out back. And not just any regular, you know, oh, it's a square size pallet. These are basically double, double width pallets. Mercifully, I wasn't the one cutting through them with an electric saw, but I was nice enough to go out there and give a hand by, pick up pallet, flip pallet over to cut the other side, hoy them off to the side, and then once they're all cleared, hoy them back to the other side and stack them up. So that took a little bit of time, but it was okay. We wore a pair of gloves that came with our chair that we're sitting on, as strange as that sounds. I think they were like, well, you might catch yourself while working on this chair, so if we give you some gloves, you're less likely to catch yourself on stuff. And by that, I don't mean there's, you know, bits hanging off, but if you're piecing bits together and like, oh, I got my bit of my finger in there. So, didn't end up with any splinters. I think a few bits did get through the gloves, unsurprisingly, because they're just cotton material with a bit of rubber on it for grip. But anything we did feel, we got rid of, so far so good. Means I don't add to all the other cuts on my bloody hands already. Because we catch ourselves on this and that in work, and then it's like, oh, here's a little cut, and because you're obviously always cleaning your hands because you must, because it's food service and hygiene and all that, and you know, that is what I need to do and that's what I'm happy to do. But it does dry them out a bit, so it's like, oh look, there's a cut, there's a cut. As I said previously, I've got a tiny, it's tiny and it's just really annoying because it's on the tip of my thumb and it's extra sensitive and you keep catching it so it doesn't really heal. It's not bleeding anywhere, it's just not quite closing up as I'd like. But anyway, that is a very minor inconvenience. Well, true, or if you want to put it on stream, you know, you can think about being shiny, right? Oh god, what press there? Don't want to go in a bag. I do have a habit of putting the bottle tops from my ales and cider up on the side of my desk. And I had mounted up quite a bit. So when I cleared them all out this morning, we had 41 bottle tops there. Oops. Thankfully I didn't have 41 empty bottles in my room, only about 8 or 9. You know, just counting wine bottles. God, it makes me sound terrible. Probably because I am. Right. At 60 stream Magikarps, we're gonna try this new bottle of wine. It's well, we'll have a look what the label says when we get around to pouring it. All I remember, it's a rosé and it has blush in the title, or at least a description. Why did I do that? That was dumb. I think I got distracted thinking about my friend's wedding reception I went to last month. And just at the end where we're sorting out all the food. Because it was a buffet style, so there was a lot left over. So ended up with a carry bag full of food, but it kind of just turned into mush. But nobody did touch the vegan salted chocolate tart. Tried that the day after. Oh, it was bloody lovely. Not even like, oh, it's nice for vegan food. It was just bloody lovely. Very rich though, as they say, but there was I'm sure I've said on stream before, there was these Sainsbury's extra special, or whatever their fancy ass ranges. The music we were listening to last night, that anime playlist, it did fine on Twitch. No strikes or anything, as far as I can remember, anyway. But YouTube was not necessarily a massive fan. It wasn't like, oh, you've got a copyright strike, but it was, well, this company, and also there's about another 10 or 12. Yeah, they want to run ads. I was like, okay, that's fine. You can still put the video up, but they're going to run ads. I was like, sure. Anyway, let's have a look at this wine. It's a Pinot Grigio del Venezia. Yes. Sure, this was the one that had blush somewhere in the description. Eh. Well, I don't know then. Oh, maybe it was another one I was looking at. Let's give this one a crack. It's very light rosé, so I'm guessing it's more heading more to the white side of things than anything else. So we'll give this one a crack. Yeah. Yeah, it says it's a dry one, so that sounds pretty good to me. Usually like them drier than, more so than sweet. You know, I sometimes sniff it like I know what I'm on about, but... yeah, heading more, definitely more towards the white side of the wine, this rosé. I can't say I'm too enamoured with it. I'll drink it, but... if I remember, I won't be buying it again. I don't necessarily mind the white wine, but very much more the red and the rosé. Yeah, definitely had better. I think depending if we're still going, might have a palate cleanser of that chocolate porter after this bottle. I do remember in my late teens, I did try to make a White Russian. And by that I mean I just combined some vodka and milk together. Luckily we don't go overboard with the proportions because it just ended up as curdled milk. Not even I drank that. You know, not gonna lie, I didn't exactly know much about a White Russian. I was like, oh okay, it's milk and vodka, yeah? Not quite, but that's what we went with. Whew. Let's see if there's anything from Jason. No update, that's fair. Never know, maybe I'll be back for a bit before 11 and might get a stream out then. We'll see. If not, I'll see what Spider-Goat44 wants to do, if anything at all. I know he's did stream Cabal Space Program, is it? Did that a bit earlier. He did ask me for suggestions as to what game to stream, because he wasn't quite sure. Evidently he didn't take too kindly to my suggestions of Solitaire and Space Pinball. Although maybe Space Pinball inspired him to play Kerbal Space Program. Ah, see? Useful somewhere. After that I would have suggested Minesweeper. It's gonna make me sound really dumb, but I don't really get Minesweeper. Like, I've seen it explained, and yeah, I mean, if I actually probably sat down and was like, okay, this is how it works in play, and explain it to me like I'm 4. But it's just like, I don't really care. If I remember, I think I may change the colour of the text when it comes to the number of shiny Magikarp / blah de blah I've caught. Just the actual text colour for the number, maybe. Just to try and differentiate it slightly. Hey Sonic Speed! Oh, nice to see you join us. First time as well, so welcome along. Screen is to my left, so sometimes I will miss a chat, so if you've been here a while, I do apologise. But yeah, this is a Yeah, it's a real long hunt. It's gonna be a long time. But we finally got our first shiny on the board in Magikarp. So that happened earlier, which was nice. I think it happened at 1626 in regards to our Magikarp counters, so we're happy about that, you know. I was hoping for a shiny Tutor because we don't have one yet. But how are you doing, Sonic Speed? How are you doing? Ooh, trying to get last Pokemon for your Dex. Is that for a living Dex or just generally a Dex? And is that in Sword and Shield or a different game? Ooh, Sword and Shield, just a normal Dex. Trying to get your 400 and get that shiny charm, is it? What's the last one you need? It's not bad. What's the last Pokemon you're hunting down? Ooh, we just managed to reel that one in. Ice Q, ooh. That's one of those version exclusives, isn't it? I know I was struggling to get, I think it was a Stone Joiner, or Joiner, whatever it's called. That was one of the last ones I was looking for. Let me have a quick look what I got in my box a minute, and in my boxes, we might have one knocking about. Was that a QA? Maybe it was a version exclusive, maybe it wasn't, I can't remember. I know they can be a bit of a pain to get, though. I never know, you might get lucky and bump into a shiny one as you're searching for it. Stranger things have happened. Don't think I got one knocking about because I put a lot into bloody home, isn't it? Yeah. So far I'm going with a no, I don't have one knocking about. Obviously see what we've pursued a method before with the Sobble. Did have it all nicely organised at one point. Is well, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna let me get to the 100 Magikarp and then I'll see what I might have in home, and maybe I can, you know, worst case scenario, I'll just quickly breed one if you want. And I'll stick it up for trade and whatever the GTS equivalent is on this, because I can't remember what it is. But that is, of course, assuming you can go online, because I know at one point I did let my subscription go lax. Yeah, if you want, I'll see what I can see if I can sort you out SEQ or IceQ, however you want it, however they pronounce it. So yeah, might have to give me a little reminder near the end of this because I am a little bit forgetful at times. Yeah, I'll see what I can sort out for you. Be nice to finish that Dex, get that shiny charm. You're gonna do it. Well, have you been doing any shiny hunting, or have you got plans to shiny hunt after you get the charm? almost went too far on my end count list. Ooh, gonna hunt yourself a nice ditto. I like that, I like it. I think at one point I've hunted a ditto, maybe? But I know... Ooh, a lowland coughing. Or was that just... Is that... Does coughing have an lowland form, or is it just wheezing? I can't remember, to be honest. But either which way, all that line's cool. I don't think I got either of those. Definitely not got the lowland wheezing shiny yet. I think I did end up with 2 Kanto coughings shiny on Pokemon Go. So that was quite nice. So, yeah, Sonic Speed, any plans to pick up Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl? And if so, which version are we going to go for? Love to tell you what version I'm going for, but I can't remember. It's just going to be the opposite one to whatever I got when Gen 4 was originally released. Probably not. Oh, that's fair enough. I mean, not for everyone, I mean, so that's fair enough. What about Legends of Arceus, though? That looks interesting to me. Yeah, it looks good. It looks like it's trying something different, which is what I like. And also the found footage trailer they released, well, not trailer, what promo, whatever you want to call it, before the footage was unscrambled or restored. Really liked the vibe of that. It was like, something different. It's gonna get people talking. It's interesting. I just really dug the first lot of scrambled found footage. I was like, ooh, this is different. I just wish they let it go on a little bit longer. And also maybe if they released it that little bit closer to Halloween, say Friday before Halloween, let it drop. And if you really got to reveal what it was, do it November 1st. You know, add some, you know, spooky vibes to it. You've had people talking over the weekend. You know, prime time, a lot more people are off over the weekend, and could generate some buzz, and then be like, ooh, Monday, Tuesday, or whenever it is, let's restore the footage. They've been hard at work over the weekend. Could have started with a trick of the scrambled footage, and then the treat of it being restored. I've said previously, but I'm also quite surprised by how soon it's going to be coming out, especially in relation to Diamond and Pearl remakes. It does seem rather soon. Oh, let's sit up in this chair. Not going to last long, but let's at least pretend to sit up. As you might have already guess we like to keep things just generally chill here. Very whatever. I think I like to convey that by the fact that I just slouch like crap in my chair. Right, Magikarp, you are making some progress. Because we do go for the 100 per stream. So I feel it's a good metric to go for. Instead of being like, oh, we're going to stream for this long or that long. If we go for the 100 Magikarp, that gives us a set goal and everybody has a rough idea, you know, when it's going to be coming to an end. But like I said, I will try and find that poke view. What I might do is just take it near the end, take it quickly to my break screen, dig it up, sort one out, and then we'll go from there if you want. Just let me know near the end what you're going to put up for it, and I'll work around that basically. But yeah, off the top of my head, just say you're looking for a level 1 Ice Q, and I'll stick one up, I'll quickly breed one. It's not going to take long. I mean, just catch whatever you find and that'll work for me. I'm not worried about whatever I get in return. It really doesn't matter. My dex is nice and complete. I'm happy enough. Cool, we shall get on that SQ real soon. I'll tell you what, once I stick it to break at the end of the stream, just let me know in the chat what you're going to stick up for that SQ, and I'll sort them out from there. Oh, running from a shiny in general, a shiny Drampa. Oh, oh, that's got to be painful from accidentally running from one. Oh, I think it's happened to nearly all of us. We've had an accident with a shiny and something's gone wrong. Oh, that's got to hurt. Did you ever reclaim the shiny Drampa though? I know I did soft reset over either a shiny Reshiram or shiny Kyurem, was one of the two. At some point it just gets to muscle memory of click, 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 oh look, it's not shiny reset. Oh sorry, you ran it into it accidentally, I'm with you now. Oh, at least you did catch it. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad he caught it. But yeah, it's just so strange how sometimes it's like, okay, just random shiny. I know when I first started playing Let's Go Eevee, I just got it because I was like, well, I'm going to get a Switch for Sword and Shield. And the game's like something like a tenner when I buy the Switch. So I was like, well, sure. So I've played that. Viridian Forest, what do you know? Run into a shiny Bellsprout. Oh, cool. That's awesome. Let's catch that. You know, a few hours later, Lavender Tower. Oh, shiny Ghastly. Sure. Thank you, video game. So yeah, it was just really awesome finding them in a general playthrough. And of course, you know, they made up my team because you're not gonna have not gonna have the shinies on there. Oh, first shiny I ever got was a shiny Tentacool on Ruby. So we're obviously going back a fair bit now. We've managed to get that all the way into home as well. So it has gone with us throughout the years. But yeah, back to that shiny Kyurem or Reshiram I failed. Yeah, I think at one point I soft reset over it, and at another point I also accidentally ended up having it, I think, struggle to death. So that was quite gutting. But we got there in the end, you know, third time lucky. We learned from our hubris. It's like, yeah, we can get it, we'll do it in those 40 odd, however many turns, 40 odd, I don't know. No, we didn't. Oh, shiny Dex, that's a good shout. I've sort of low-key been doing one before I've been streaming. So we got a good few in it. Although unsurprisingly, when you're doing things like horde hunting, you end up with like a lot of shiny Zubats. And I know I got quite a few shiny Whismur. So they're just sitting there in home, just chilling. Right, that's a Magikarp for the stream, so I will essentially give the wrap up, but if you stay with me, Sonic Speed, I'm going to stick us to the break screen and I will sort you out. And I think what I'll do is I'll just, after the break screen, I'll take him live, so just to give you a quick heads up that it's all up there ready and waiting. So if you just let me know in the chat, once I go to break, what you're going to stick up for that level 1 SEQ, and we should be good. And I can't see anybody sniping it because there's only 2 of us, 2 in the chat. Okay, cool. So yeah, let's wrap it up. Let's see, we're on YouTube, Twitch, blah de blah de blah. Do what you want to do with that. I'll see everybody next time.